12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Caribe Divine.
I'm Mark Curtis. We begin tonight following new developments in the murder of Preston Lord. Just in the last few hours, 12 News has learned the parents of Lord have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the 7 suspects charged in his murder.
12 News journalist Jonathan McCall just finished reading through all of those documents and joins us with what he uncovered. Jonathan?
Mark Caribe, Preston Lord beaten at a Halloween party in Queen Creek back in October. This is a copy of that 14-page lawsuit filed in the Maricopa County Superior Court earlier today, providing more details about what happened that night. The 14-page lawsuit is filed in Preston's name on behalf of his parents. All 7 suspects, Talon Renner, William Hines, Treston Billy, Jacob Meisner, Dominic Turner, Taylor Sherman, and Talon Vigil are named. The parents of Renner and Meisner are also named in the lawsuit because they're minors. Roberto and Emily Correa, the owners of the home where the party took place, are also named in the lawsuit. The 7 charged in Preston Lord's murder face counts of negligence, battery, aiding and abetting. Meanwhile, the parents of Talon Renner face a count of negligence. According to the lawsuit, they claim that Travis and Rebecca Renner knew of their son's violent past, but did nothing to stop him. The lawsuit also lists 3 separate occasions where Talon Renner was involved in violent acts. The 5th count is for negligence against the Correas for allegedly providing alcohol to guests under the age of 21 and not providing care to juveniles during the party or after leaving their home. Lord was beaten back on October 28th of last year after leaving that house party in Queen Creek. He died just days later from his injuries. Tonight, the family requesting an unspecified amount of damages. This is a civil lawsuit. Meanwhile, the 7 suspects who are charged in Preston's murder also face criminal charges. That part of the case still ongoing.
Jonathan, the lawsuit references another fight at the party that took place before Preston's attack. What do we know about that?
Yeah, this is actually something that we learned during or while reading this lawsuit. That fight happened during that party, and when apparently that the homeowners saw what was happening, that's when they decided to remove everyone from that party, essentially shutting it down. And then just moments later, that's what led to Preston being beaten.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Now to western Yavapai County, where crews are battling a wildfire 3 miles north of the town of Congress. Officials with the Department of Forestry and Fire Management say that the hillside fire has burned just under 400 acres tonight, and about 125 fire personnel are battling the fire. People who live in Congress near Ghost Town Road are on set evacuation status right now, meaning that they should be prepared to leave if they're told so by authorities. Stay with 12 News for more updates.
Meanwhile, all mandatory fire evacuations in Kearney have been lifted tonight. This comes as crews continue to battle several small fires burning around the town. One of them, the Shake Fire, remains at 110 acres with 50% containment. Meanwhile, the Ray Fire is at 65 acres and is 60% contained. 12 News crews have been up in the area over the last couple of days, and as you can see, the flames came dangerously close to several homes in Kearney. Earlier today, we spoke with a homeowner who told us what it was like to see flames inching closer and closer to his front door.
Fast, really fast. I mean, the wind picked up and it came through here. Like I said, the firemen couldn't even keep up with it. They were trying to get ahead of it, and by the time they got to here, it was already past here.
And although those mandatory evacuations have been lifted, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office still has the entire town on ready status just in case the fire flares back up. Our string of weather impact alert days continues tomorrow as the valley's excessive heat warning remains in place. Meteorologist Ginger Jeffries is here with a first look at your forecast. And Ginger, When do you think this is finally going to break?
I think it's going to break on Friday. Unfortunately, our extreme conditions won't break. We're just trading out the excessive heat for some monsoon moisture. But as Mark mentioned, yes, our excessive heat warning does stretch through Friday at 8 o'clock. Our temperature potential 111 to, yes, 121. Now, I think the 120s, they're for the western side of the state. But no matter how you slice it, we have been meeting or smashing records since Friday of last week. And today, no difference as advertised. We peaked at 115 degrees, overnight lows 92. Take a look at this report card from, again, last Friday, where we saw the warmest day of the year so far until Monday rolled around, and we matched that, going down in the record books. Then yesterday, we peaked at 116, again, meeting the old records, so we're in the books. And today, much of the same, highs once again at 115 degrees. So tomorrow, record heat. Maybe. The record is 118. However, I am calling for daytime highs to peak at 117. Notice, though, there's a little bit of cloud cover starting to converge in the higher elevations. So on Thursday and Friday, yes, weather impact alert days. But as soon as we get to Saturday, the clouds are building up and we've got potential for some monsoon moisture. So again, from extreme heat to, yes, upping the ante with the monsoon moisture. Notice the meter for tomorrow reads 3s and 1s, which means I'm calling for those isolated storms in the higher elevations, mainly to the east side of the state, but the valley and western Arizona, because of the outflow that could be caused from these storms, we could get some blowing dust and winds. Now, when will the valley see some rain? I'll show you coming up my full forecast. Over to you.
All right, Ginger, thank you. Exactly 20 years to the day, Phoenix police made an arrest in a cold case involving the murder of a Valley teen. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is live at Phoenix Police headquarters with details on the suspect and how the family is reacting. Gabby?
Well, Caribe, the suspect was 17 at the time of the murder. Police say he's been living in Mexico up until today when he was extradited back to the United States. A cold case development left Steve Laswell amazed.
After 20 years, to be truthful, I really wasn't expecting any further progress on the case.
He waited 2 decades for an arrest that would keep his daughter's alleged killer off the street.
Having him arrested would prevent him from doing any other things like that. That was the primary hope.
Phoenix police say they arrested 37-year-old Sergio Reyes in connection to the murder of 15-year-old Elena Laswell. She was strangled to death in her home near 23rd Avenue and Thomas Road in July of 2004.
A beautiful girl. She was full of life.
Police say DNA evidence made Reyes a suspect in 2013. A grand jury indicted him the following year, but it took several more years to extradite him from Mexico.
It took a while, but through perseverance and hard work and dedication, we were able to get Sergio Reyes back to Phoenix to face charges.
The arrest brings a sense of closure to the Laswell family.
We all continue to miss Elena and to think about what she might have been.
Steve Laswell tells me he never lost hope in detectives, and he's thankful they never gave up on Elena.
I'd really sincerely like to thank the Phoenix Police Department and everyone who was involved in this for hanging in there for this long and having success.
Reyes was booked into the Maricopa County Jail. He's facing a first-degree murder charge. Reporting in Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Gabby, thanks. New tonight, terrifying moments for a Glendale family. Police body cam footage shows officers helping a 3-year-old and her grandmother escape after, according to police, a man fired several shots and entered their home. That suspect now facing several charges. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with police about the tense moments and about a new piece of technology that helped the officers.
Several guns were seized from the suspect following his arrest. Police say thankfully no one was injured in this situation, crediting their gunshot detection system called ShotSpotter with leading them directly to the scene.
Cover your hands! hands. Show me your hands. Glendale Police.
Police body camera capturing the harrowing moments. A woman and her 3-year-old grandchild trying to get out with a man armed with a rifle right behind them.
Drop the gun.
It puts that extra pressure on our police officers.
Officer Maroni Mendez with Glendale Police says it happened just before 3 o'clock Sunday morning when they say the suspect, identified as 26-year-old Eric Bermudez, fired 11 shots in this Glendale neighborhood near 71st Avenue and Bethany Home Road.
ShotSpotter is the one that alerted us.
It's a device that immediately notifies police when gunshots are fired. Glendale has dozens of them strategically placed all around the city,
Which shows us which area, how many shots. We can listen to the recordings, and that just gives us a lot of important information before we arrive.
Officers immediately went to the neighborhood, finding the bullet casings on the ground. That's when they saw a woman holding her grandchild.
We got a female with a baby in the front bedroom seat.
Telling officers she can't leave because the gunman was inside.
Daughter is trying to calm down the boyfriend.
Police said Bermudez and his girlfriend, who's also the baby's mother, were inside the home. Officers say Bermudez was upset because the girlfriend wanted him to move out because of previous domestic violence disputes. When police tried to get the grandma and toddler out through the bedroom window, they say Bermudez showed up behind them, rifle in hand.
Drop the gun.
You can hear the girlfriend argue with Bermudez before they leave the room. That's when police were able to rescue the grandma as she carried the child. Once they were safe, they called on the suspect to come out, which he eventually did about an hour later.
Grab me, don't throw me, look, my hands are behind my back.
Police say they then found Bermudez had several rifles and even bulletproof vests inside the home.
One of the firearms was reported stolen.
He was taken into custody and faces several charges. The suspect is also a prohibited possessor, meaning he can't legally own any firearms. He's also facing charges of disorderly conduct and firing a gun in city limits. We're in Glendale. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you. Still ahead, a